Do you start your mornings with a simple habit, maybe even something you've done for years, thinking it's completely harmless, maybe even healthy? But what if I told you that some habits could be quietly skyrocketing your risk of stroke? I'm serious. And no, this isn't just another internet scare tactic. This is about you. It's about that moment right after you wake up, when everything feels routine, familiar, safe. But here's the truth. After 60, your body changes. Your heart, your blood vessels, your brain, they don't react the same way they did 20 years ago. And some things that felt normal back then, now they can turn into silent threats, especially in the morning. Maybe you reach for your cup of coffee before anything else. Or maybe you like to jump right out of bed to start the day. Or maybe, just maybe, you think skipping breakfast helps you stay light or in control. It all seems so innocent, until it isn't. I'm not trying to scare you, my friend. But I do want to prepare you, because knowledge is power. And if you're over 60, that knowledge could be the very thing that keeps you on your feet, enjoying life, avoiding a trip to the hospital or worse. I've seen it happen too many times. A neighbor, a family member, a good friend. 1 minute, they're fine. The next, a sudden stroke that could have been avoided if only they knew what their mornings were doing to them. And listen, I get it. You want to enjoy your golden years. You want your mornings to be peaceful, not full of worry. But wouldn't it be worth it to tweak just a few things, small things, that could give you years of freedom, clarity, and strength? Because in this video, we're going to uncover 5 specific morning habits. Yes, 5 that silently raise the risk of stroke in people over 60. And trust me, one of them is especially dangerous, and almost everyone does it. You're going to find out exactly why these habits matter, how your body responds to them after 60, and most importantly, what you can do about it without flipping your entire life upside down. So, take a deep breath, grab a glass of water, get comfortable, and stay with me. Because by the time we're done here, you'll be armed with the kind of wisdom that not only protects your health, but may even save your life or someone you deeply love. Backhand index pointing right, and hey, if you're here because you care about aging well, then go ahead and comment, "I'm over 60 and learning" right now. Let's see how many of us are walking this journey together. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Elderly Healthy Wisdom, where we turn simple truths into powerful tools for a healthier, wiser life. All right, let's dive in. Let's start with the first habit, and it's one that almost everyone overlooks. Skipping water first thing in the morning. You see, I want to tell you a story about someone dear to our community. Her name was Mrs. Aluko. She was 71, full of grace, always up before sunrise. Every morning, she'd sweep her front porch, hum her favorite hymn, and get on with her day. But there was one little thing she never did. She never drank water in the morning. She'd say, "I'm not thirsty when I wake up." She'd go straight to her chores. Maybe a cup of tea later, maybe not. Then one morning, something happened. She was in the kitchen, just reaching for a spoon when she suddenly felt dizzy. Her vision blurred. Her knees buckled. She collapsed. Thankfully, her grandson was nearby. They got her to the hospital quickly, but the doctors told her something she never expected. She was severely dehydrated. And here's the scary part, that dehydration had made her blood thicker. Yes, thicker. Think of your blood like traffic on a highway. When it's fluid and flowing, everything moves smoothly. But when it's thick, like syrup instead of water, your heart has to push harder. Your vessels are under pressure. And blood clots? They form more easily in that thickened stream. That morning, Mrs. Aluko was just one skipped glass of water away from a stroke. Here's what many people don't realize. While you sleep, your body still works. You breathe. You sweat. You lose water with every breath and every hour that passes. So by the time you wake up, your body is already running low on fluids, even if you don't feel thirsty. And this is where a common misconception comes in. You might be thinking, "But I'm not thirsty in the morning. That means I'm okay, right?" No, that's not how your body works, especially not after 60. Your thirst mechanism weakens with age. So by the time you actually feel thirsty, your body is already struggling. This tiny habit, skipping water, seems harmless. But over time, it stresses your heart, reduces circulation to the brain, and increases the chances of clotting. So what should you do? It's simple. Tonight, before bed, pour yourself a glass of clean water. Leave it on your bedside table. And in the morning, before anything else, before your tea, before your pills, even before your prayers, take slow, gentle sips. Let your body wake up from the inside. It doesn't have to be a full bottle, just enough to start the engine, to get that blood flowing, to give your heart and brain the hydration they desperately need. Remember, a small sip can mean a stronger heartbeat, a clearer mind, and a much lower chance of stroke. But what you drink next, right after water, can be just as dangerous. And most people do it without thinking. Let's talk about that next. Now, let's talk about that second habit, one that's as comforting as it is risky. Drinking strong coffee before eating anything. Let me tell you about Uncle Tund. He's one of those charming, old-school gentlemen. Always wore a clean hat. Always had a story. But what he was most known for? His coffee. Every morning, like clockwork, he brewed it extra strong. No milk. No sugar. No breakfast. Just black, bold, and straight to the point. He swore it helped him wake up and stay sharp. He'd even say, "This coffee keeps me alive." But then, one morning, he felt a strange wave come over him. He was pouring his second cup when his hands started to tremble. He dropped the mug. His speech slurred for a moment, and the right side of his face, it went numb. It was a stroke scare. He got lucky. It wasn't major. But the hospital visit revealed a harsh truth. That morning coffee habit on an empty stomach was part of the problem. You see, coffee contains caffeine, and caffeine isn't just about energy. It causes a temporary spike in blood pressure. And when your stomach is empty, that caffeine doesn't have anything to slow it down. It rushes into your system like a flood. Now, imagine that flood hitting an aging heart, aging arteries, a brain that needs stable, steady flow. The result? Sudden pressure surges, stress on your vessels, and yes, then increased stroke risk. Here's the tricky part. So many people say, "But coffee wakes me up. I've done it for years. It's harmless." And sure, it might feel harmless. But your body after 60 is not your body at 40. What used to energize you can now put your heart on edge. It's not about cutting coffee out forever. It's about being smart with it. Here's what I suggest. Don't drink coffee before food. Even if it's just a few slices of apple, a banana, a piece of toast, or a spoon of oatmeal, give your body something to hold on to. Let your system warm up before the caffeine kicks in. It cushions the effect. It stabilizes your pressure. And it might just keep your heart rhythm smooth and your brain protected. So, the next time you reach for that hot cup of morning comfort, make sure you've given your body the foundation it needs first. Your brain will thank you. Now, let's move into something that feels like a good habit. But it can be shockingly dangerous, especially as you age. The third habit is sudden, jerky movements right after waking up. Let me introduce you to Pa Musa, a lively old farmer in his late 60s. Even in his golden years, he believed in starting the day strong. No stretching, no waiting. He'd jump out of bed like he was still 25. He'd say, a man should meet the day standing. But one morning, he got up fast like usual. And within seconds, his vision went black. His knees gave out. He collapsed right there by the bedside. Thankfully, there were no broken bones. But what happened to him is far more common than people think. Doctors called it orthostatic hypotension. Now, I know that's a big phrase, but here's what it means. When you lie down for hours, like during sleep, your blood pools in certain parts of your body. And when you suddenly stand, gravity pulls that blood down too quickly. Your brain is left waiting, just for a second or two, but that second is enough. Dizziness, fainting, even falls and strokes can follow. And this is especially true after 60. Why? Because your blood vessels aren't as quick to tighten. Your heart needs a moment to adjust. And if you're taking medications for pressure or heart conditions, that adds another layer of risk. But here's the thing. Most people think being active early is healthy, right? I should get up and move. Yes, movement is great, but timing and pace matter more. So what can you do instead? Here's a simple, powerful routine. When you wake up, don't jump out of bed. First, just sit up slowly. Then, let your legs dangle off the side of the bed for a few moments. Take a few deep breaths. Then, and only then, stand gently, calmly, steadily. This little pause, just 30 seconds, could prevent a dangerous fall. It could keep your heart stable, your balance intact, and your stroke risk much lower. Remember, it's not about weakness. It's about wisdom. Let your body catch up with your mind before you rise. And now, if you're someone who enjoys early morning showers, especially with sudden bursts of cold or heat, you'll want to hear this next one. Let's move to another habit that feels comforting, even luxurious. But for someone over 60, it can be shockingly risky. Taking hot showers immediately after waking up. Now I want to tell you about Mama F. She's that warm, cheerful woman with an infectious laugh. Everyone in her neighborhood loved her. And her favorite part of the day? A long, steamy shower. She called it her morning spa. Every morning, the first thing she did was head straight to the bathroom, turn the dial all the way to hot, and let that steam rise. She said it relaxed her joints and made her feel human again. But one day something changed. She stepped out of the shower and suddenly felt strange. Her balance wobbled. Her ears rang. She leaned against the wall, confused, dizzy. Her heart felt like it was racing and slowing all at once. Her daughter rushed in and found her slumped on the bathroom floor. Thankfully, it wasn't a full stroke, but it was a close call. The doctors explained something she never expected. That hot shower combined with her age, her low hydration, and her blood pressure medication had dangerously reduced the blood flow to her brain. You see, hot water may feel soothing on the outside, but on the inside, it tells your blood vessels to expand, especially those near the skin. This sudden dilation drops your blood pressure. And if your body hasn't yet rehydrated from sleep, if your system is already sluggish from rest, the result can be a perfect storm. Low blood pressure, poor brain circulation, fainting, even a stroke. Now, many seniors believe, but hot showers are relaxing. I've been doing it for years. What could possibly go wrong? But here's the truth. As we age, our bodies don't regulate heat and blood pressure as quickly. What once relaxed us can now shock our system, especially first thing in the morning, when your blood volume is low and your heart is still adjusting from sleep. So what can you do instead? Try this. When you wake up, wait at least 30 minutes before showering. Use that time to hydrate, stretch gently, and let your system settle. And when you do step into the shower, choose warm water, not hot. If steam is rising and the mirror fogs up instantly, it's probably too hot. Lukewarm is safer, more stable, and still soothing. You can even sit while you bathe. Give your body every chance to stay balanced and protected. Now, let's talk about the worst offender of them all. The one habit almost everyone does, and hardly anyone thinks is harmful. But for people over 60, it can be a trigger for strokes, brain fog, mood swings, and fatigue. And finally, skipping breakfast. Or worse, eating high-sugar breakfasts. Let me take you into the life of Mr. Ocone. He was strong, independent, and always said, real men don't need breakfast. He believed skipping it helped keep his weight down and gave him more time to get things done. He'd grab a sweet biscuit at work, maybe a fizzy drink, then wait until lunchtime for a proper meal. But one Tuesday morning, while preparing for a meeting, he suddenly couldn't remember where he was. He stared at his own desk like it was unfamiliar. He couldn't speak clearly. A mini stroke. Doctors traced the cause. Long-term fluctuations in blood sugar, stress hormones surging in the morning hours, and poor morning nutrition. You see, after a long night of fasting, your body wakes up in a delicate balance. Your brain needs fuel. But when you skip breakfast, your blood sugar drops sharply, triggering the release of cortisol, your body's stress hormone. And for seniors, this spike adds tension to blood vessels. It stresses the heart. It slows mental clarity. And it sets up conditions for a stroke. Now here's the kicker. Some think eating a muffin, taking tea with 2 sugars, or having a few crackers is something. But these high-sugar breakfasts make things worse. They cause your blood sugar to spike, and then crash. This roller coaster increases inflammation in the body, weakens blood vessels, and stresses your brain. So what's the fix? Start your day with a real breakfast. Not a heavy one, not a fancy one, just balanced. Think. 1 or 2 eggs, a slice of whole grain bread, a few slices of avocado, a bowl of oats with nuts, or even some plain yogurt with chia seeds and fruit. You want protein to stabilize sugar, fiber to slow digestion, healthy fats to feed your brain, and water to get it all moving. This simple shift from sugar to balance can dramatically lower your stroke risk, improve your focus, and steady your energy throughout the day. Now listen closely. These aren't just morning habits. They are silent risks, the kind that sneak in through routine. The kind that feel comfortable but quietly erode your health over time. But the good news? You can change them. And when you do, you're not just protecting your brain or heart. You're giving yourself a stronger, calmer, brighter tomorrow. In the next section, we'll go even deeper. Not just into habits, but into the emotional toll these silent dangers take on your mind, your independence, and your peace of mind. Because this journey is not just about living longer. It's about living better. It's painful. Painful watching someone you love go through something that could have been prevented. Watching them slowly lose their independence. Seeing them struggle to speak, to walk, to remember who they are. Knowing they were once vibrant, full of life. And wondering, what did we miss? Could we have done something earlier? I've seen it. Maybe you have too. A parent, a grandparent, even a friend. And what hurts the most isn't just the illness itself. It's the regret. The realization that the warning signs were right in front of us. That those normal little habits, skipping water, rushing out of bed, skipping breakfast, were quietly chipping away at their health. That's the heartbreak we're trying to prevent. But this isn't a message of fear. It's a message of power. Because of what you just learned, it means you're not helpless. You're not just sitting back, watching the clock tick. You now hold something most people don't. Awareness, wisdom, and the chance to take action while it still matters. This isn't about overhauling your life overnight. It's not about becoming perfect, strict, or paranoid. No, this is about small, meaningful shifts. Shifts that can protect your brain, protect your heart, protect your parents, your future, even your peace of mind. So here's what I want you to do. Tonight, before you go to bed, pour yourself a glass of water and place it right by your bedside. Let that be your first act of prevention. Tomorrow morning, before reaching for coffee, grab a piece of fruit or a small bowl of oats. Just anything to line your stomach first. And if you still have your parents or grandparents with you, sit with them. Talk. Ask how their mornings go. Gently guide them. You never know, one conversation could change their life. Because here's the truth. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. Not if you do it with intention. Not if you do it with wisdom. And that's what we're about here on Elderly Healthy Wisdom. We're not chasing youth. We're chasing clarity, strength, grace. We're building a life that lets you enjoy your golden years. With dignity, with presence, with joy. So don't be overwhelmed by what you've heard today. Be empowered by it. Because you're not too late. You're right on time. And we're walking this journey together, one wise morning at a time. Now, if you haven't already, comment below. I'm over 60 and learning. So we know you're here, and we know you care. And if this touched you, if it opened your eyes, or made you think of someone you love, share it. Help someone else find this wisdom too. Then hit subscribe so you never miss a moment of this journey with us. Because every week, we'll bring you tips, truths, and tools to help you thrive, not just survive as you age. This is more than a channel. It's a community. It's a commitment to yourself, to your health, to the years still ahead. And they can be the best ones yet. Let's take a quiet moment to breathe, to reflect, and to remember what really matters. We've covered a lot today, but it's not just information. It's transformation, waiting for the moment you decide to act. So let's quickly go over what we've learned, because clarity brings power. To recap, the 5 risky morning habits that can silently increase stroke risk, especially in seniors, are 1. Skipping water after waking up. Your body loses fluid overnight. Dehydration thickens your blood and raises stroke risk. Just 1 glass in the morning can protect your brain. 2. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. It may seem harmless, even comforting, but without food in your system, coffee can spike cortisol, disturb blood sugar, and stress your heart. 3. Standing up too quickly. That sudden rush from bed to bathroom, it can cause a drop in blood pressure, dizziness, and even falls. Always rise slowly, giving your body time to adjust. 4. Taking hot showers too soon after waking. Yes, they feel relaxing, but hot water dilates your blood vessels and can drop your blood pressure dangerously low when your body's still waking up. 5. Skipping breakfast or eating sugary breakfasts. Your brain needs steady fuel in the morning. Skipping or loading up on sugar causes wild swings in blood sugar that strain your heart and mind. Now let me ask you something gently. Have you or someone you love been doing any of these without even realizing the risk? Have you ever felt lightheaded in the morning? Weak? Foggy? Have you experienced a fainting spell or watched a parent or grandparent become disoriented during their morning routine? These may seem small, but they are signs, subtle warnings your body is trying to give you. And you're not alone. We all have habits we've picked up over time. What matters now is what we do next. So I invite you to join the conversation. Scroll down and share your experience in the comments. Have you struggled with one of these habits? Have you made a change that helped? Or maybe this video reminded you of something your mother or father once did. Tell us. Because when we open up, we learn from each other. We remind each other that we're not walking this journey alone. And if this video spoke to you, if it made you pause, reflect, or even whisper, I didn't know that, then do me a small favor. Give it a like. Just a little tap. It helps more people like you discover this life-changing information. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Elderly Healthy Wisdom. This isn't just another YouTube channel. It's a growing circle of thoughtful people who care deeply about aging well, who believe in small steps with big impact, who are building healthier lives, not just for themselves, but for their children, their partners, and their community. Each week, we bring you simple, science-backed tips for thriving after 60. No fluff, no fear, just gentle, clear wisdom you can use right away. Because here's what I believe with all my heart. Your mornings are sacred. They're the beginning of everything. They set the tone for your focus, your energy, your memory, and your mood. And when you start your morning right, you don't just protect your day, you protect your future. So let's make each one count. With awareness, with care, with wisdom. Thank you for being here, for listening, for showing up. For yourself and those you love. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.